welcome to Movie Reviews by South Normal with your host, me, Michael Soren. Just finished the first 3 episodes of Andor, and I'm intrigued to keep going. Like I've said many times, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. This episode may contain stuff that you don't want to hear yet because you haven't watched it. Turn back now or forever be mad at me. With TV series, I give them 3 episodes before, and then I kind of make my decision on, can I keep going? Is it worth my time? For the purposes of this show, I always keep going, but Andor's done enough to where I'm like, I gotta keep going. And it's Star Wars, so maybe I'm a little biased. Maybe that was going to happen regardless. But Andor follows the story of Cassian Andor, as he figures out there's more to fight for than just himself and like his cause. And it's very interesting what they've been doing so far with flashbacks to his childhood, because in Rogue One, which is where we first met Cassian Andor, he mentions how he's been fighting the rebellion since he's 6 years old. And they kind of start showing that here. They show his youth, his whole, his origin story, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Between flashbacks to when he watched his friends die in this mining accident that happens on his home planet. And then now he's the woman who saved him from the planet, has been protecting him, keeping him secret all these years. She's kind of early rebel, very, very early rebel, I'd say, because they're stealing fuel cells from the Republic, not the Empire, the Republic. So it's just interesting to see where they were, where he came from, where he's going, where he ends up. We know where he ends up. We know his end game. We know where he goes. So far, the storytelling's been great. It's been a good mix of flashbacks and current. They introduced a new droid. I keep hearing the name B. I didn't look up the name of him. That's not on me. Sorry, folks. But he's a little trash can looking thing, the kind of meek, kind of different from a droid perspective because he can kind of talk. I mean, yes, C-3PO talked, but most of the other droids who kind of resemble B don't talk. And Cassian kind of taught him how to lie, which is interesting. That seems to be against programming. He's like an old school droid, in my opinion. Think R2-D2, but a box. And it's funny because he's in the flashbacks too, and he's all shiny and nice, and now he's all beaten and weathered, where we have him now. They're on a Ferrix, and it's kind of interesting because they have these guards there. No stormtroopers, they're not Imperial guards. They're just like these weird Gestapo-type police guards, in my opinion. Like pre-massive Empire stuff. So it's interesting to see the growth of the Empire in this, where it's going. It's also reaffirming of something George Lucas liked, and that's the rebels were all like hot rodders, and everything was piecemeal. Nothing was shiny and sleek. And you get the sense of where that comes from because they all live on these mining and scrapping planets where they have just crap gets dropped off for them to break down and turn into whatever. And you can see where the parts get stolen and would be repurposed and all that. It's kind of showing more and more. Bix is in this. She is helping Cassian. He finds forget what he called it, little black box front. It's the first. They start talking about the Empire in this. They mention the Empire, but it's not a full blown Empire. I feel like it's just about there. They're just ramping up. But he's got this early comm box type thing where it can track all their movements. It kind of looked like Vader's little chest plate to me. That was my first thought because I didn't quite hear what he said it was. Filmmaking wise, it's kind of gritty. It's very rough and gritty. Which kind of plays well with the story, what the story's telling you. But the only downfall I had is you really got to pay attention. Like, I hate saying that, it's like a downfall, but for me, it's like I kept wanting to pause and go back because I felt like I didn't understand what they were saying. I didn't understand what was going on. But maybe for someone more ingrained in the Star Wars universe, like I'm there, but I'm just like surface kind of starting to get down in. But the people who are down in and know way more than me, they'll probably be like, dude, pay the fuck attention. It's all right there in front of you. While I sit here swearing, it is interesting to note the word shit is now in the Star Wars lexicon. Thank you, Andor. Cassian doesn't say it, though. And it's funny because I heard a story from Obi-Wan show making that someone kept saying the word dude on set, causing Deborah Wong to be like, no, stop. Dude isn't a word that's said in Star Wars. But then in this, like in the first 3 episodes, you get the word shit. So, just funny little thing. But so far, so good. Looking for more on Andor. You're going to hear more on my take. I'm going to watch this again before the podcast I'm on tomorrow. Hold on Maneuver podcast I'm a co-host of. We'll go in-depth more and probably have more to say on that. So check out the description for the link to that page for when that drops Friday or Saturday. But Andor over on Disney Plus. Check it out. If you loved Rogue One, you're gonna dig this. And I loved Rogue One. I high regards for that. It's at least the second best Star Wars movie out ever made, in my opinion. This is kind of building up to that. It's going to show us where Cassian came from and give us more of a Rogue One backstory because the rebels are starting. This is like the start of a rebellion here. This is what we're going for in Andor. So check it out. Lots of interesting things going on. It's got me pumped for the next 9 weeks because it's 12 episodes long. We got 3 already, so there's 9 more coming. So I'm pumped every Wednesday. Check me out. I'm going to drop this episode. You guys are awesome. Peace.